If you were to ask me who is one of the best characters of television alongside Michael Scott from The Office, it would have to be Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld. He's just one of those weird but lovable characters that you can quote pretty much every day.
Well, who's gonna turn down a junior mint? It's chocolate, it's peppermint, it's delicious.
So I've been watching Seinfeld again, yeah, but as I've been rewatching it, I've noticed something else about Kramer. He actually has some good style. I mean, yeah, it's dated, definitely dated, but to be honest, I don't think it looks all that bad, really. And so that's what we're gonna do today. We're gonna see Kramer's style, analyze it a little bit, and see what it says about him, because like I say, style reflects personality. So let's see if that holds up. So the first thing I notice is that he doesn't dress trendy for his era. He doesn't gravitate towards fashion from the late 80s and 90s. He's unique in that sense, which coincides with his unpopular or unique opinions and beliefs for his generation.
Oh no, you gotta eat before surgery. You need your strength.
And it doesn't take that much effort to see that his styling is generally more 70s than anything. So while not an old timer by any means, it's definitely not progressive, and it's not dated in a bad way, as he's a man of culture that holds up to a lot of traditional beliefs, but that doesn't mean he always nails it or that he's always super traditional.
So then you asked yourselves, isn't there something more to life?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, well, let me clue you in on something. There isn't.
Sometimes he's a little all over the place. Now, the funny thing about it is that, one, he wears things that are currently trending right now, and two, things that are sartorially savvy. For example, something you always see him wear are Hawaiian shirts, but not just Hawaiian shirts, but a lot of camp color shirts.
Oh, yeah!
So this is either short-sleeved and patterned, like the Hawaiian type, like this, or long sleeves with stripes, which, if you didn't know, is a big trend this summer.
Hey, baby, I set the trends.
But one thing that I was really shocked about was when I was watching the episode The Jimmy.
Jimmy down!
He was wearing a shirt with a one-piece collar. So you're probably thinking, what the heck's up, the one-piece collar? And I can't really blame you, honestly. I mean, they're not common by any stretch of the word. But essentially what it is it's a collar that is made of one piece of fabric, and that includes the placket of the shirt, okay? And it doesn't have a collar band. So what this does is it makes the collar stand up perfectly because it's attached to the placket, it's the same fabric, and it doesn't fall under its own weight. Unlike most collars on shirts where the collar generally falls down and it doesn't look the best, okay? And when it doesn't have a collar band, it creates this beautiful, nice rolling shape, which looks perfecto. I mean, I think it does. And because they're made of one piece of fabric and they have to be precise, they're more difficult to make, and thus they're generally more expensive as well and restricted to bespoke or made-to-measure custom shirts, which really shows that Kramer knows the sartorial way.
Oh, that's correct.
The only other famous people I know who have been known to sport them is Gary Cooper, and that's why one of the names for it is the Cooper collar. And also I know as Johnny Depp wears these all the time. Like seriously, almost all his dress shirts are one-piece collars, so good on you, man. That's good. A lot of times these won't have a top button because they look a lot better unbuttoned. And also if they're not tucked in, or you take off the hidden button underneath that keeps it up, they spread out kind of like this, but they look really nice and flowy, almost like shark fins or something. Kramer also likes to wear jackets, and it seems that most of the time he is indeed layering. We all know that layering is lit, bruh. A lot of the jackets have a very vintage 70s/60s lapel. Pretty dated, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came back, because most stuff does.
Because I meet a lot of women in this jacket, they're attracted to it.
But he also wears the classics and doesn't look half bad. But I gotta say, the fit, he could do better. But then again, it's Kramer. Also, another thing he likes to wear are shirt jackets, or shackets as some people like to call them. It's like a shirt, but it's thick enough to be a jacket. And also another trend this year that shows that Kramer was ahead of the game. But if we're really going to be honest here, he's got style, but I don't think it's the greatest. It's definitely something I personally would not do. The fit is bad a lot of the times, and he wears white socks with his dress shoes.
Let go of my shirt. My shirt is from Rudy.
And sometimes he looks a little...
He thinks you're mentally challenged.
Doesn't always have the best shoe game. But regardless of all that, for some reason, he still looks good. And you know why? Because he has the confidence to pull it off. He's confident, cool, suave, kind of, and great with the ladies. I mean, he made a lesbian switch teams. It's impossible.
I'm Kramer.
And because of this, he can pull off almost any outfit. It's the reason some guys can dress terribly and still look good. For some reason, they still look great. If you can pull it off, if you can have confidence and rock it, people won't be able to turn away.
He is a loathsome, offensive brute. Yet I can't look away.
And if we're gonna be honest, I can't look away either. It's not mine, unfortunately. If you guys enjoyed this video, please press that like button for me. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, yada yada yada.
Yada, yada, yada.
But before I head out, guys, in the comment section down below, let me know. What did you think of this analysis? Do you think it actually portrayed his personality? And do you like his style or don't you? I'd love to know what you guys have to say, because your input is so important, because as you know, this is a group thing and we are in this together. All right, folks, I will see you all next week. Giddy up. And I'm starting to be even more like Kramer. You know, got the hair going on, the jacket, the flared, Hawaiian shirts. Except I don't have the lady part down yet, and I'm still just as clumsy. Wow.